Hello students, this is Lakshmikant Parsi and today we are going to learn the first lesson of Geography Standard 9th, Distributional Maps. We are very well familiar with the types of maps. We know political map in which we can see the names of the various states, names of the various cities. Okay, we all get kind of familiar with the political map, and in physical map we come across the mountain ranges, the river, the plains, plateau. That is very well explained in a physical map. But there are other types of maps also, and those are called distributional maps because they distribute the information in particular way. So what are those types of maps that we are going to learn now? Distributional maps. Now we know the main aim of map. What is the aim of map? Why do we study map? The main aim of map is to show the location of a place and geographical distribution of varieties. Now, the maps that are prepared with the spatial themes are called thematic maps. So it has various themes. Now, very opening page is page number 1. We can see there are the picture of maps are given. Distributional maps. Number 1 is a dot method, second is the choropleth method, and the third is the isopleth method. Now, how these maps distribute the information? The maps showing the geographical distribution of temperature, rainfall, population, etc. are called distributional maps. So these are the distributional maps. These maps are useful to explain the geographical distribution of various variables in a region. So we can get help of these maps to understand the region very well. Come across, now let us study first method, that is dot method. The word dot itself suggests it is a dot. Now the dot map is prepared using statistical data. While preparing dot maps, only data gathered through counting is used. The way a variable is distributed throughout a region, the dots are used to show its distribution on the map. Now see, the dots are used to show the geographical distribution of a particular variable. To show the geographical distribution by dot method, the lowest and the highest values of given variable in a region are taken into consideration. The value of dots is determined by taking into consideration the size of dot, the density of variable, and the scale of a map. Now see the dot map. Now see the very page number 2 of your textbook. There is one map, and that is a dot map, and it is the Amravati district distribution of a population. Have you seen the scale? How it is given? The population of main cities. Now see the types of dots are used. Smallest to largest value is given. By the size of that we can understand how the population is scattered and where it is scattered. You can see the size of ball which are used, that is dot. The highest is the 5 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh and 50,000. Now we can easily understand this. Now let's have a look. Now what is the population of Amravati town? By looking at map, what do you understand? Amravati town. The population of Amravati town is nearly 5 lakh because the scale clearly shows us. Name the place having population of 1 lakh on the map. The place having population of 1 lakh on the map is Achalpur. You can see it clearly, Achalpur. So like this. Now let us go for the second method, that is isopleth math. Sorry, the choropleth method. First dot, second is the choropleth method that we are going to learn. Choropleth. Now in choropleth method, the data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades or tints of various colors. The one particular is used and the different shades of the same colors are used to classify the data. In this method, the smallest and the largest value of given data of the variable in a region are taken into consideration. After that, 5 to 7 classes are made. Each class is assigned a tint of the same color or black and white pattern. So in a 2 it is used. One first shades or tints of the same color, otherwise black and white pattern. So in a two-way, understand it, in a two-way the Kuroplik method maps are used. Now you can see this is the figure number 1.2, page number 2. Again, Amravati district density of population is shown. Now density of population. What is the density of population? What are the questions are asked? Let us see. Now see, we can take into the consideration that the question and answer. Name the taluka having population density between 301 and 400 per person square kilometer. The taluka having population density between 301 and 400 person per square kilometer is Anjangaon Surji. Now see, it is clearly visible by the scale which is given here. So we can clearly find out between 301 to 400 with the color. Now what is the density of the Amravati Taluka? The density of Amravati Taluka is more than 400 persons per square kilometer. More than 400. See the scale, it is the darkest one. So we can easily understand it. Now name the talukas having population density less than 300 persons per square kilometer. Now see the scale 300. So just remove 400. So below that all will come in this category. All. That is Bhatkuli, Tiwasa, Nandagaon, Khandeshwar, Chandur Railway, Dhamangaon Railway, Chikaldara, Daryapur, Chandur Bazar, Morshi, Warud and Dharni. So that's it. Now let's go for the next method, that is isoplet method. Now isoplet method. Now pay attention to this map. It is visible, page number 3, figure 1.2. Isoplet map. When the geographical distribution of a variable is continuous, there is no gap, the isoplet method is then used to show its distribution. For example, altitude, temperature, rainfall, these are the continuous things for which we require to scale these things in that manner. In this method, the highest and the lowest values of the given variable are taken into consideration, and accordingly the class intervals are decided, and then isolines are drawn for the decided intervals. Isolines can be drawn in that way. The isoplet maps give us an idea of a natural trend of the distribution of a given variables. Isoplet map, see, this is the isoplet map, figure 1.3, page number 4, which is given in this blue color. Let us have a look. This is figure 1.3. Now what do we understand? See, some questions are given in textbook. Based on that we can understand clearly. 1.3. In which part of the district is the rainfall more? Now see where the darkest area and continuous lines are drawn. The rainfall is more in the northern part of the district. In which direction is the rainfall decreasing? The rainfall is decreasing in the southern direction. What is the lowest value of rainfall in the district? Less than 800 millimeter. So isoplet map. So these are the three methods that we have gone through and learned the various three types in a detail. You need to read the lesson from this point of view so that you can understand it in a very better way. But There are two figures which are given on page number 5, figure 1.4 and figure 1.5. 1.4, 1.5. Density of population. One is the density of population of a Kolhapur district and another 1.5 is the Kolhapur district. Average annual rainfall is given. So there are few questions in the textbook. Let us understand it from that point of view. Figure number 1.4. See, in which direction is the density of population decreasing? The density of population is decreasing in north and south direction. See the scale. With the given scale, if you observe it very closely and understand, you can get the clear-cut answer. Name the talukas with the population density less than 200. Just go for this 200 scale, less than 200. See the what type of lines are given here. The very fade pattern is given, and we can come across the answer is Shahuwadi, Gaganbauda, Azara, and Chandagarh. Next, name the talukas having population density between 201 and 400. So it is Radhanagari and Bhudargarh. Again, look at the map for getting idea. Name the talukas with population density more than 400. It is 400 Panhala, Hatkarangle, Shirur, Karveer, Kagal, and Gadhinglaj. In which direction are the talukas having higher density of population located in district? It is in northern direction in the district. So with the given scale and this map is the clear cut answer for you. So this is the very free question actually. This can give you free marks. And 100% this such type of maps are going to ask in exam. Next one, figure 1.5 rainfall. In which direction is the rainfall more in the district? This is the isopleth math and the previous one is the choropleth one. So keep in mind the type. Continue. In which direction is the rainfall more in the district? The rainfall is more in the west side direction in the district. In which direction is the rainfall decreasing? It is decreasing in the east side. In which class shows the low rainfall category in the district? 0 to 600 millimeter class shows the low rainfall category. See the scale which are given. So which method is used? It is isopleth method has been used in preparing this map. So this is the type of math: choropleth method, isopleth method, and the dot method. See that this is the distribution of maps. Then this chapter that we came across. Do read, do study from this point of view. It is really easy thing, and this is the application based knowledge actually that what we are expected to answer, and this can give you free marks. So prepare for it from this point of view. Okay, thank you.